So Kaizen is a very popular tool, or a technique, I should say, within Kanban. So Kaizen and Kanban go hand in glove. The Kaizen, as you know, is a Japanese term that stands for continuous improvement. Again, takes its origin back into the manufacturing days. So again, we have had a look at it before in the context of agile development concepts and principles a couple of weeks ago, I think. So we're talking about the PDCA, the plan, do, check, act, right? So again, the similar act or adjust. So in a similar way, Kanban actually tries and implores you to do continuous improvement over a period of time with respect to the transparency. So that's where the transparency comes in. The inspection, which is basically your checking, and then the adaptation, act or adjust. So the basic agile pillars of PDCA and the transparency, inspection, adaptation. Again, that's a very simply put is an agile way. And you can actually try and see physical boards. There are a lot of physical boards in everywhere, as I mentioned yesterday, wherever you go. I think this is in Mexico, where you can see the hat here, and then they've got all of these different things. Similarly, if you go to UK, Italy, Germany, Japan, India, China, wherever you go, you've got these boards up in the office to show how the work is being done. And then another important thing to note here is that Kanban board need not always run into columns. It can actually be done in a different way. This is an example for that. You can actually try and depict the work, not always with respect to the columns and rows, but you can try and have an alternative way of showing that in any other format. That's not a problem. There's no hard and fast rule that way. And some of the electronic boards are there. As I mentioned, I think we've been talking about it for some time. It's not always the physical boards and the walls and the tables and the whiteboards and the green boards, but you can try and use electronic versions of that, the digital tools online, which are available online. So Jira, for example, is a very popular one, Atlassian from Atlassian. Then Rally, Trello, Active Collab is the one which I've used some time ago. Target Process, I did not use it, but I actually kind of did a research on that. Lean Kit, very popular one again. Agile Zen, I did use for about one project for that. Web Whiteboard, Pivotal Tracker, all of these are a lot of different Kanban tools they offer you online, and some of them are free. Trello is a very popular, very simple version of Jira, which you can try and use without much of effort cost. So I would suggest Trello, Rally, and Active Collab. So in terms of how they look, pretty much like what we've seen, they look pretty simple to use, create your own stuff, and then move across. So you can create your own column, you can define it. It could be ready, in progress, done, or it could be analysis, design, development, testing, anything. You can create your own, define your own way, and then add what we call as a cards to this lanes. So you can actually add any card, right click and add the card, move the card, just hold this and then drag and drop. So you can easily move the cards along these different columns and define the flow. And you can assign this, you can assign the date if you want, you can assign that to a person, so that all of that is provided by, there's a tool called Kanbanary, and then there's a Swift Kanban, which is another software tool. Again, similar interfaces, not different like what we have seen in Trello or any of these Kanbanary. It's the same Kanban board. You can define that. You can have a different view, like a post-it note, for example. And you can again try and see with one view where it is and how much of it has been done, who is working on that. So very useful tools, and same with Agile Collab. It's pretty much like Trello, actually. So you can create any boards, how many ever boards you want, you can create for your teams, and then you can actually follow it, parallelize, and then try and see the dependencies and constraints, all of that. So, and you can see the photos of the team members who are working on that. So you can actually try and assign that particular board to, or a card to, a team member. So the assignment, resource allocation can be done, and you can get to see who is working on that, or what is the status of that. If they've got a blocker, you can message them. You can actually get to see the direct messaging